welcome back to Real Talk. Now, to talk about the ups and downs of achieving one's dreams, we are joined by the one and only Mama Rene Salud.
Wow!
Welcome, Mama.
Thank you for having me here.
It's an
so
honor. I
happy
mean, it's
to
an honor
have
when you
you
say
here.
Rene Salud.
It's more of my privilege to be here. After watching you, I mean, sa pag nanood ako ng TV, oh my God, these girls are so articulate. How could I be like them?
You are
And it was my dream.
Was it
to
your
talk the way you
dream?
talk.
But it's our dream to make clothes the way you do.
Oh my God, wow!
We go to you, say, Mama, make me look good. Make me look good.
Before I
Right.
remember that.
we
Alam mo,
always
after
go to you.
seeing the interview of Christine, I would like to chicken out. It's so good.
No, but tell us, wait, before you became Mama Rene Salud, the icon that everybody loves, tell us about your childhood and how it all started. We know it wasn't easy for you.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us, like, being gay was hard for you.
Well, being gay, it wasn't easy for me because ever since I was very transparent. And
How young?
I was very young then. I think if only a 1-year-old could talk about gay, I think
Really?
I am
By
gay
that
already
young talaga
at
you
one.
felt?
Yeah, I felt it that way. I never thought I never thought that I am a boy.
Never.
Never. Every time I'm being paired with a girl in school for the mga folk dancing, mga kung ano na mga events in school, I abhor it. I never like it.
So parang, but you would be like the transgender, di ba? Because you really feel
As
that
a
you
child.
were...
As a child, oo.
Yes.
But of course, it was accepted very well by my father. My father actually was, I mean, he belongs to a very prominent family in Batangas, in San Juan.
Okay.
And he was the first dentist graduated from UP. So he thought his bongga, his star on the of his own. So he would never thought that I'm going to have a gay son for that matter.
Okay.
So,
How hard was it? Like, did you
Yeah.
give
well,
him a hard
of course,
time?
Did
it
you
was,
try to be a boy? And
well, he tried, but I never tried it. Well, I was bullied, of course,
Okay.
by not only by my father, but also by my relatives, mga macho relatives. There was a time nga my father would, one of my relatives would say that, buti pa na tumubos ako ng criminal everyday kaysa magkaanak ako ng isang bading.
How
Something
did it
like that,
feel?
no?
Were you hurt?
Well, I felt hurt, pero okay lang yan. Dadating araw, you will eat your words. I thought it that way. So ngayon, syempre, I was bullied by the boys of my age also.
what did they do?
Well, they will of course yell at me. They will what would they say? Ano na mga kabaklaan.
But with all of that, when did Rene Salud start in terms of your fashion? Was it always? Have you always had the dream?
Well, actually, I dreamt of it ever
You
since.
did?
Because my first exposure to fashion was during the Santa Cruzan in the province. Yung mga reyna, yung mga coronation of the town fiesta queen. That's why my orientation to fashion is
Still
beauty
Santa
contest.
Cruzan.
That's why she became a beauty queen. That's why she became a beauty queen. And one of my fashion shows in Japan, I asked her to come with me together with the other beauty
I had
queens.
to pretend
Wow.
to be a beauty
She
queen.
became Miss China or Miss
You
Philippines.
gave me a fake title.
Miss Manila.
Kasi kailangan may title.
Yes, and then since then on, what did I do? But my mother, of course, she would like me to graduate, to finish a course or a degree. And they thought of me to send to school to take up education.
Okay, yeah.
But I told them, no, please, not education, because I might be you might have more problems with me if I'll be a teacher, because I might be reprimanded by the principal for being so. For being so, malandi. So sabi ko, why don't I take something that is art-related, which is architecture.
Oh.
I thought of fine arts before, but according to my father, you don't have to take that because that's only for the rich people, especially during my days. And that was during the 60s. Diyos ko, pabulo pa ako 60s.
One of your first jobs was working in a bodega.
With all the nerves and the confidence, but not so much on skills and nothing much about personality at all. And I applied for a job, And then I was accepted as a fashion designer.
Wow.
Yes, but
Right away.
right away, when I asked them which will be my office, I was brought to the bodega. Well, it's just how a designer should be in the bodega. Well, I don't, for that matter, I did not regret it because I learned the rudiments of fashion in that bodega.
In the bodega.
Because there is where I learned how to mix match colors, to identify which is silk and which is cotton, which is linen, which you never learn in school.
Okay.
And then from there, I was brought to the mananahe, to the sewing room. And there is where I learned naman how to do patterns, to do drapings, and of course to sew.
So you really worked your way up.
I would
you
like to say
say?
that way, yes.
And you've
helps,
certainly made your name in the international.
Really? I didn't know that. You're my
Of course
friend.
you have.
Thank you so much. Well, I'm thankful.
So how
yeah.
was it like working under
Oh, it was
Rene?
always a lot of fun.
Was he the one that rejected you? One of,
No,
you can't
no,
fit into
no.
my clothes.
Actually, yeah.
No, of course not. I know from the beginning that you have scoliosis. But it did not
Which I
have.
overcame. I
Yeah,
hope.
but she was very, very good at that. Even wearing the ternos.
No, I remember because I was not a beauty queen and you tended to like hire beauty queens.
Yes,
It was difficult. But eventually
But
you
I-
saw the light.
But I know, of course not. I like you ever since because not only because she's beautiful, but she's so intelligent. But remember, you have to remember that she's a graduate of statistics
Oh my
in
God.
UP with summa cum laude.
Ayan.
That's not
true.
true.
Would you say that there was a certain saying that kept you going? Words to
What's
live
your
by?
life
What's
motto?
your- yeah.
Basta't ako, keep on dreaming.
Yeah.
Make it possible. And of course, you have to believe in the Lord. I always hang on Him. And just be honest with yourself, not only to yourself, but to other people. You have to have your foot on the ground all the time. And
What's
what
your
else?
advice to aspiring designers?
To aspiring
who
designers, I would
wanna
like to
give
say,
up
number
or-
one, if you're an aspiring designer, you have to know if you really have the talent for it. Because fashion designing is not an easy job. It's not all glamour. People would think that we are very glamorous
Yeah.
because we are in the papers,
yeah.
we attend the social gatherings, and etc. But it is not. A real fashion designer should stay more behind the cutting table and more than add anything else. And of course, if you're a fashion designer, if you want like to be a fashion designer, number one, you have to know how to cut, to sew.
Okay.
Because because you are not supposed to be dependent on your sewers.
Yes.
Because the sewer should be dependent on you, not the other way around.
Yeah.
So you have to know the rudiments and the real thing
How
about.
would you know if somebody is really a good fashion designer? Since
Look at
everything
me.
is more since everything is so subjective, diba? What I find beautiful may not be beautiful for another
Yeah.
person, but
How
there
do you
must be something that sets
gauge
them.
the talent?
The gauge the talent of the person.
Yeah, na parang, oh, this one has what it
Ako
takes.
sa akin kasi, it's more on the execution of the clothes. It's not the idea because ideas could be different. It could be different from each other.
So-
but the workmanship,
Kaya malinis yung
the
ganon.
workmanship should be there, and it's a
Okay.
gauge of a good fashion designer. You have to be, ako in my case, so I'm not trying to say that I'm a good designer, but I am a cross breed
Yeah.
between the old school and the
the
new
new.
school. I learned the neatness and the beauty of the inner cloth, of the inner the inside clothing, and then I incorporate it with what is now.
Okay.
I also copy to the new designers.
Yeah. So you get the ideas. I think that's really
Keep
that's
evolving.
Yes, of course.
Well, anyway, thank you so much, Mama, for joining us today and for sharing your inspiring stories. But please don't go away. When we return, our guests will try to answer all your questions. So please be sure to tweet us at CNNPH Lifestyle with the hashtag CNNPH Real Talk. We will see you after the break. Don't go away.